slightly, just trying to bump it up just a little bit so that you guys can get a little bit better quality stream. However, it's of course still an Australian stream, so unfortunately I can't make it any better than what it is. I've got a line issue. I actually looked up a cable provider for my area, but unfortunately there isn't one near me. But anyway, and yeah, and what else? Actually, I should make sure that's actually recording. All right, now we're recording. All right, so I am recording all the VODs. They're going to go up onto my YouTube channel probably Monday night or something like that. And let's get started here. In the purple as the Protoss, the bottom left-hand side of Daybreak, is our friend from the forest moon of Endor. No, wait! No, that's the Ewoks. Holy shit, I just screwed up my Star Wars lore. Someone please kill me. We have to start this stream all over again. He's hailing from Tatooine, I guess? I don't know. Is Jawa. And his opponent, up at the top right, in the red, I'm sure that name means something, but to me it doesn't. It's Inshuae. I'll tell you what it means. It means something really difficult to pronounce unless I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. Anyway, we are here on Daybreak. This is, of course, a little bit more of a macro map where you see games go a little bit longer, generally. 2 to 3 bases is always very common. Getting to later stages is something that does happen from time to time, so you can you know, put that on the cards. This particular, we're in the round of 64, I guess it is a best of 1. So this is going to be the only match between these two. Whoever wins this goes on to the next round. But we do have the probe inside, just checking out what's going on here. Jawa just scouting out that there is a gas going up, so it's not going to be a 1 Rax expand, or not necessarily. 2 SCVs chasing after the probe. Perhaps not the best use of the SCVs, but they're going to be out of the mining for the moment, so that's not going to be the greatest sort of thing there for Inshuae. I'm going to say that with like a weird inflection every time, I think. Meanwhile for Jawa, 1 gas is up. Looks as if he is going to probably go for a 1 gate expand. It's pretty much the most common thing you'll see on this map. You can see things where you can go to like a little bit of a 4 gate pressure. If you were watching IEM yesterday, you may have seen MC against Cars on this map, where MC did a 1 gate expand into a 4 gate. Then he decided that the 4 gate wasn't going to work and decided to take a very quick 3rd Nexus. So there are some you know, little bit more daring economic things that you can do like that. But for the moment, as we said, Inshuae is going to just stick with the standard sort of thing here with a 1 gas. He's got the Tech Lab, Concussive Shell, Concussive Expand is going to be going on here, just to make sure it's obviously the safest way to sort of expand is to get those Marauders out, get the Concussive Shell there, and then you can easily sort of get your expansion going up. Of course, you can clear out any of these probes, as this Marine just did here. This guy is pretty huge. He's a recruit, but he's got 1 kill already. There he is. And here we are. So Nexus, 1, 2, 3, go. Go. Alright, there it is. Bam. Alright, so the 1 gate expand is on. Jawa does already have a Stalker and a Zealot out. Probably going to go for 3 gate pressure, I would assume. However, I'm not sure how successful that's going to be against a Marauder Concussive Expand, or Concussive Shell Expand, however you want to call it. Because, of course, with those Marauders out, it makes the Stalkers a little bit less of a threat. Now, here we go. He does have, he is going to see the Stalker just trying to walk past here. The Marauders, of course, doing that extra damage against the Stalker, catching it out, taking that one down pretty quickly, and the Zealot says, hey, I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm going to take my money, but don't hurt me. He runs away. And Inshuae is actually going to be quite nicely positioned right here. So he's got the 2nd Rax already on the way. He's got a Reactor, Factory as well, 2nd Gas, and just proceeding quite nicely here. However, he is a slightly supply block, which is going to be a little bit annoying. Meanwhile, for Jawa, got a couple of sentries out. We've got 1, 2, 3, and a 4th gate on the way, so he could, I don't know, maybe he thinks he's MC. He might try and do that 4 gate pressure. And perhaps try and do something like that. Nice force field on the ramp, catches the Marauder inside. Not exactly sure why he cancelled the Nexus. He didn't actually have to do that, but either way, he's protected the ramp here, taking down one of the Marauders, and then they're going to try and get inside again. Don't know if that second force field was totally needed there. He would have been okay. We've got the 3 gates now warping in, so he should be fine against this pressure. Maybe, obviously, he did, as we can see here from his vision, only scouted the 1 gas and no expansion, so might just be a little bit worried that there could be something extra coming along here. But of course, this day and age, we don't see those sorts of very heavy Terran pressures these days. Terrans like to make sure that they get their expansion up, because normally a Protoss will want to get theirs done up very quickly too, and just sort of sit here inside the safety of the bunkers and, you know, just sort of sit back, macro up, as we said, very macro orientated map. So looks like, whoa, Jawa, calm down, buddy. He just took a shot at his zealot. I don't know, this guy, like, is this guy a priest or something like that? That was a bit interesting. He just took a shot at the zealot. So he is going to get the Nexus up back at the natural expand and SCV, seeing that all these units are now walking past. He's also got vision of the fact that these units are now out the front of Inshuae's base. Man, I don't know, that's a crazy name. The 4 bunkers are going to be up by the time this attack commences, if indeed it comes along at all, because Jawa is now just heading back home to, he's going to head home, have some scones and tea, and just sit back. So, good scan from Inshuae just to see of what is going on here. He does find that the Nexus is now completed this time. We've got at least 4 gates. He should have seen that those 4 Zealots are coming out. Robotics facility on the way. Worker count looking good for Inshuae as well. He's ripped up some of those bunkers to make sure he can get some of that money back from that. He's taken them back to Coles, gotten a refund on those, and is beefing up his army right now. He does have a reactor just about to complete. So it does look like he is going to go for a bit of pressure in a moment. He's got his +1. This is actually going to time out quite nicely here for Inshuae. He's going to head over, switching over these the starport and the factory there. Of course, we'll just pump out 2 medevacs. In fact, he's already got 1. That's a okay, he sort of mistimed there just slightly, but he's going to get at least 2 more medevacs out, and then probably head over for the attack with the +1. As we can see, just going to sell that extra eBay. He's going to be sitting here on a total of 10 Marines, at least 10 Marines, 5 Marauders with their concussive shell. Stim is now done. +1 to weapons is just about done, and in fact, combat shields should finish by the time he gets over there. So he'll be looking very good for that sort of 11-minute timing, which we do see quite a lot. And now, as we can see, the observer just heading across for Jawa. He's going to find out exactly what's going on. However, he's sort of going the wrong way. He's actually going to miss the fact that the medevacs are now heading out with all of these ground forces as well. And this is going to be a little bit of a sort of troublesome attack for Jawa to deal with. We'll have to see what he's getting out here. He's got his Robo Bay already on the way. He doesn't have any Immortals, and he is getting a couple more gates. He's going to need to get some more units up very quickly, but as we can see, he has actually, I think he did spot that the attack is on the way, and this is going to be very troublesome unless Jawa pushes up to the ramp, or perhaps he's going to just suffer the fate of a doom drop in the back. We'll find out in just a minute. Here goes Inshuae, and the medevac's just about to pop into view. There they are, and Jawa is going to notice this in time. Let's check out his reactions. He's sitting back here. Now he's going to send all the units back, and the probes are getting out of there quick smart, but the attack is already on. He's going to do a lot of damage. Stims up. He's probably going to take the Nexus and then say, hey buddy, I'm out of here. He actually finds a little bit of a sweet spot here. Protoss units are stuck inside this choke point here, which is not good for Jawa at all. They're coming into a meat grinder here, and some of these force fields not really helping out too much because they're actually locking the Protoss out of the battle. And as we can see, if perhaps Inshuae can focus down the Nexus, he'd be able to get out of this with a good result. However, he's done a lot of damage to the units, and as we can see, he should be able to. I'd like to see him try and get out of here. He's gonna lose all these units, but he did. We'll have a look at the units lost tab in just a second, but of course there was another attack down here at the natural as well, so Inshuae with a double-pronged attack being very, very nice, and it looks as if things are going to go quite well for Inshuae here. Just looking at the resources lost, we've got 4,200 resources lost for Jawa. Meanwhile, for Inshuae, he's sitting at just a total of 2,000, so looking very good here. And I think that Jawa is going to be in quite a lot of trouble very soon. As we can see back at home, home for Inshuae. More racks is going up. He's going to have a total of 6 plus 1 to the armor is on the way. He's doing a bit of a cast here with the production tab going all the way across the screen. And yeah, I think you're right, Adam. Jawa probably going to win. That was a good attack into the natural there, as you mentioned, Demo. But Jawa, what's he going to do from here? If you are any Protoss out there in the chat, what do you reckon? What sort of things do you have to do to get back into this? I would say you're going to need to get a few more probes out, and then you're just going to have to go for a big push, because it's going to rely on Inshuae sort of screwing up if anything's going to work here, given that all these racks are about to be done. A third command center is on the way, and once these 2-2 are also done, Inshuae is just going to be in a commanding lead. So there is a Colossus just starting up now. Bearing in mind he only has the 2 gas inside the main. This one at the Nat is not even being mined at all. Hasn't even been mined at all. And then the second gas there at the Nat has not even been taken. So Inshuae, as we said, looking good. He's at a nice total of his workers, up at 60. Meanwhile, for Jawa, he's down at 39, so he has suffered quite a lot, of course. As we can see, the workers killed total up at 22. So we'll have to find out what Jawa's going to do. Yeah, it looks as if he's going to pick up charge, and then I would assume maybe, okay, he's going to pick up these 2 forges, and then perhaps, I don't know, perhaps if he wants to wait for 1-1, that could be nice, but I think that's going to be too late. These Terran forces now moving across. 2-2 is halfway done. +1 to ship weapons is on the way, because there are a couple of Vikings out already to deal with the Colossi that are coming through now. So Jawa is going to have to protect this front door here, because if he doesn't, he's going to be suffering the pains of 1,000 units shooting at him from down below. But they're going to take out the destructible debris first. Dustin Browder not happy about that one. Third base for Inshuae is up and looking very good. Switching into the Planetaria turret there just to make sure everything is hunky-dory. But here we go, the battle is on. Colossus sweeping across the units there, but unfortunately with all those Marines, the Vikings then pushing in, it looks as if Inshuae is just going to be able to T1A his way to victory here. And a little bit of micro there, nicely done. And there is a GG, well played. So good stuff from Inshuae, good timing with that 11 minutes, coming in with a double prong. Inside the main doing a lot of damage, and then down at the natural as well. So that was pretty cool stuff from him.